The relevance of this conversation is highlighting why you have to understand the need for us to reconcile. I showed up maybe, I want to say 30 minutes ago. In that span of time, I have managed to potentially make $500,000. Africa is actually suffering from the lack of vaccines as we speak. It's a serious, serious challenge.
As countries across the globe grapple with the harsh effects of COVID-19, the rush to get as many people vaccinated is a priority. However, the vaccination exercise is proving to be a challenging task, especially in developing countries. Why?
The injustice, the inequality. That's it, let's face it. And that's the problem.
By Ugandan President Yoweri Museveni.
It's a shame that the whole of the African countries is just asleep, waiting to be saved by others. If they don't save us, we shall die, like happened with the slave trade. How can this be?
I've been here 30 minutes and the solution is here. These two brothers are from Haiti, right? They have a company, and their company provides vaccines. They buy a vaccine in bulk and they distribute them to countries, right? I'm deeply, deeply connected with a lot of governments in Africa. And by deeply, I mean, I provide key services to head states like their transportation, private jet is kind of like the business, my core business, right? Because of those relationships, I have access to their government. The brothers are trying to sell their vaccines back in Africa. I happen to know the Minister of Health from Uganda. As a matter of fact, somebody who was supposed to be here actually works for the government, right? So within 10 minutes, Africa connecting with itself not only makes money, but saves lives. That's the power of Africa reconciling with itself. It's important that you stop seeing yourself as the other. It's important that we stop seeing you as the other. You are my brother by the fact that you are sharing not only the melanin, but you are sharing my history and you're sharing my faith. We are one not because I say so or not because it's an ideal, although it sounds very realistic, but we are one because our faith, our power. I give you an example. If for any reason the power of the world was to tilt, we would be exactly where our ancestors were right before slavery, and aware of how many ways we are collectively affected by the movements and the changes that affects the world. It is pivotal that we understand that that is what binds us. If you're a student of history, which I very vigorously am, those type of events tend to repeat themselves. Understand that Africa is the richest continent in the world. I'm sure you have heard that at length. But what does that mean for you? What does that mean on Wall Street? That's who you are. Once you were Africans, Chilean African, they came, they took you, we didn't party, we cried like any normal human would if you were taken. So the idea that we, on some level, did not share this pain is misguided. It's purely mythical. It's a lie that on some level we are not feeling the pain. Africa belongs to you just as much as it belongs to me. It's not something you need my approval for. I am married to a sister, and that sister has given me 4 beautiful sons, and we've been married for over 18 years now. And marrying Danielle, who's from California, was my way of living that to the fullest. Bree, I insisted that she speak first so that you guys relate. So that you guys don't hear these stories from this faraway land that is promising you great things. No, she's seen it, she's touched it. We are in agriculture, we grow this plant called cassava. She's seen it, she was in the field. We're selling it all throughout the United States and Canada. We are doing that because it creates jobs back home. It creates a lot of jobs back home. And that is extremely important for an economy that can be the black economy across the world. So why am I telling you that? It's because it pertains to you. Why is it that African Americans have the political power in you? Your vote is important. It's extremely important, right? So White House are decided by your vote. Why is it that the ambassador to the Congo is white? Every ambassador in the United States outside of a very few celebrities are white. It actually belongs to you, and I have figured out the mechanism for that to translate in today's political, economic environment. That is what KOMBO Enterprise stands for. That is what we're about, and that's what we've been pushing. And try to get as many of you as possible to say this. Wake up, let's do business.